Hi, you are here probably because you have already seen my earlier video on how you can sell your HDB and buy a resale condo. And there are three ways to do it. Either you buy first, then sell, or you sell first, then buy, or you buy and sell at the same time. Buying and selling at the same time is the most preferred method because you can avoid paying ABSD, you can have time to do your renovation, and you can have your sales proceed coming in for your purchase. So here's how we do the selling of your HDB, the timeline planning. Assuming you are marketing your HDB today and within 1 to 3 months, you get your confirmed buyer. Of course, you can even find your buyer during the first viewing, but putting 1 to 3 months is a safety buffer. So when your buyer decides to book your unit, he or she will give you a $1,000 option fee. And within 21 days, if the buyer decides to go ahead, then the buyer will give you another $4,000 to exercise the OTP. During this period of time, the buyer can also choose not to go ahead and just forfeit 1K to you. So after your buyer exercise the OTP, you will request for 1 to 3 months before both of you submit the resale application to HDB. You can choose to have 1 month if you already know where you want to buy. If not, it is better to ask for 2 to 3 months before the submission of the resale application so that you will have more time to do your house hunting. So after submission of the resale application, it takes about 10 weeks for the HDB completion. That means on this day, you will hand over your key to your buyer, and your buyer is now the legal owner of the HDB unit. Next, we will talk about the buying of the resale condo. During this house hunting period, if you see a unit that you like, you can put a 1% option fee to book this resale condo. Just make sure that this 1% comes after your buyer exercise for your HDB. Because if you were to put your 1% before your buyer exercise, your buyer can back out anytime, just losing the $1,000, but you will lose 1% of the option fee. Assuming you are buying a property that is even 600K, 1% is $6,000. 800K, then 1% is $8,000 compared to this 1K. So it is best to only put the option fee after your buyer exercise. So after you put your 1% option fee, normally you will exercise within 14 days and put down 4% exercise fee. And the completion will be approximately 10 weeks for the resale condo completion. Okay, now I'd like you to take a look at this part. After your HDB completion, it takes about 3 weeks for the CPF to be refunded into your account. So if you need the CPF funds to be refunded to you for the purchase of the resale condo, then do set aside 3 weeks to the completion of your resale condo. That means the HDB completion and the completion of the resale condo is 3 weeks apart. Okay, here's also one more thing to take note. Because the completion of the resale condo is 3 weeks after the HDB completion, you will have no place to stay. And how do you overcome that? Is to ask your buyer of the HDB to give you a 3-month extension of stay. So from the HDB completion date to the day you leave your house, it will be 3 months. 3 months minus these 3 weeks, you will have about 2 months plus 1 week to renovate your house. If this is the first time you are seeing this, it may sound complicated, but here are the things that you have to take note of is option fee on your buying must be after your buyer exercise the OTP. Your buying completion to be 3 weeks after HDB completion if you need the CPF refund. Ask for the extension of stay if you need time to renovate your house. So before you embark on your property journey, you may like to have this magic property report. This is an example of Mr. and Mrs. Tan. They are intending to sell their HDB and upgrade to a condo. So this is the report that I'll be having for them, and let's take a look what's inside. So first of all, I will show you what are the pros and cons of new launch condo and resale condo. So I also give you the sample of the capital gains for the properties that you are going to buy. For example, this one, I will give you what is the transacted price for the unit in 2016 and then what is the transacted price for the unit in 2021. I'll also give you the market trend for the property or the district that you are interested in, so that you will know whether the property is going up or going down. Here is another example of the data for the past transacted price, the profitable or unprofitable transaction. Next, it will be the buy and sell timeline. This one I have already shown you in the previous video, but for this magic property report, I'll do all the calculations for you so that you know, because everyone is different, so all this timing will be different. So it will be customized towards you, and I will even indicate the date over here so that you know when you are going to sell and when you are going to buy. Because there are different ways you can sell your HDB and buy a new house. You can sell first or buy first or do it at the same time. So I'll do all the calculation. Here. For example, your selling price of your HDB example, $600,000 minus outstanding loan, minus the CPF refund and accrued interest for the husband and wife, everything. What is the cash proceed after selling HDB? It's over here. Then I'll do the financial calculation over here, whether the husband OA got money, wife OA got money, husband income, wife income, age, and what is the maximum bank loan you can get, and the maximum property price you can buy over here. So here is the buying. So assume they are going to buy a 1.15 million property. Then what is the buyer stamp duty, legal fee they have to pay, and the payment scheme, when do you have to pay, how much do you have to pay, and most importantly is the cash needed, the CPF needed, how much you need for buying this property. So after calculating the above example, then I'll give a summary, and you will know, for example, option 1, you have to have a monthly cash top up of $975 to own one condo. And then I'll also show you the option 2, option 3. And I know all this sounds very complicated, but I'll also do a summary for you so that it'll be easier for you to see. Like example, this one for Mr. and Mrs. Tan, their option 1 is to sell the HDB, then both buy a resale condo to stay, and they have to top up $975 and they own one condo. Option 2, they are going to sell their HDB. Mr. Tan will buy a new launch condo, Mrs. Tan will buy a resale condo for own stay. They have to top up $682 and own 2 property. In case you are wondering why this one they pay $682, they can own 2 property, this one they pay $975 can own 1 property, it's because Mr. Tan bought the property for rental income. So every month he's getting the tenant to pay for his installment. So after the calculation is $682. Then option 3 is to sell HDB, and Mr. Tan buy 1 new launch condo, Mrs. Tan buy 1 new launch condo, and where do they stay? They'll rent a place to stay. So for this one, they are going all out for the capital appreciation, and their top up is $1,934 and they own 2 condo. But how do I come up with all this number? It is all written in front. So whether option 1, 2 or 3 is more suitable for you, it's up to you to decide, because you already have all the data in front, so you can make your own decision. So if you'd like to get a copy of this magic property report that is customized to you and your spouse, just contact me and we'll be in touch.
I'd like to say a very big thank you to Justin and his team for helping us sell our HDB 4-room flat within a week, which is very fast and is at a price that we are very happy with. And also he helped my mother-in-law to sell her HDB at a record-breaking price, and also within like a week or so. And also very thank you that because of him and his team, we managed to get our new house. And thank you very much. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.